Good evening and welcome to Motivational Monday. How are you all doing today? Tell you what, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster for me the last 3 days. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I was hoping I'd have some participants to interact with this evening on this conversation, because I know there's many a times when people are uncomfortable in multiple types of situations, and how we react, how we deal with that and get through those uncomfortable moments, days, times is what I wanted to talk about this evening, because we want to be making a conscious choice on how we respond to those things. We talk about consciously choosing all the time, and this is no different. What often happens is when we're uncomfortable, we're reactive rather than pausing long enough to think through what it is that we really want to be doing in that moment and acting in that moment. So consciously acknowledging our feelings and being able to go into that and understand what's really going on. So let me share my story. So my dear friend Beverly Jackson, who was going to be joining us this evening, who, by the way, ran into a last-minute conflict and so was unable to make it, but she is a passion test facilitator like myself, and she is a professional organizer. And so I was having a challenge with clutter. Anybody else? Yeah, I was having a challenge with clutter. Things were piling up, many events and activities that I participate in, and ended up just kind of throwing things into my office. And it got to the point that I couldn't even stand to walk into my office. Now, historically, Beverly actually helped me move into this office, get out of another room in my house that I was sharing with my husband and was overwhelmed with clutter as well. About a year ago, she helped me go through that office and move everything out of this bedroom that was formerly my son's and move my office into here, and it was quite lovely. And then over the last year, it gradually got worse and worse and worse. You'll see that I'm sitting in my office today. Now, you didn't get to see it when it was really cluttered, so showing you exactly what it looks like now isn't necessarily a benefit to you, but I'm sure many of you can relate to how our offices get piled up with things, and then it's hard to even walk in them, right? And it's no space to be working in because all of that stuff weighs down your energy, right? I can feel that clutter emotionally. And so Beverly offered to come and help me declutter once again. And it's very uncomfortable for me. And probably you. We get so emotionally attached to things. And even in this day and age of technology and having everything online, what I noticed is a lot of organizations that I work with are still paper heavy. And I was maintaining all that paper for years. I had copies of things that were at least 10 years old. And one wants to say, oh, I might reference that. I might need to go back and reference that. Or I might use that content again in some way. And that's why I was hanging on to it. And so still letting go of it piece by piece. And we took out garbage bags full of paper and other things. And it was very uncomfortable for me. Thank goodness I had someone to do it with me, or it would never have gotten done. And she was very gentle and very kind. And we'd walk away and take breaks. And she would ask really good questions about how is that serving me anymore. And it allowed me to be able to pause, contemplate emotionally, why was I so upset about this? Why was this so hard for me to let go of some of this? Because logically, and in what I teach other people, get rid of the old to make room for the new, right? And yet still hard for me to detach from some of it. It got easier as the weekend went on, but I would tell you she had planned to leave Saturday afternoon, and we had yet to accomplish our ultimate goal of getting those parts of my office that ended up strewn all over my house back into this office so that I have a clean living space for entertaining over the holidays. Anyway, we had yet to accomplish that. So took a break and we came back and she said, I'm going to call my husband and I'm going to stay tonight again. And we're going to do some more work until 7 o'clock and then we're going to rest for the evening. And we managed with that conscious choice of knowing when to pause, take a break, come back, dive deeper in emotionally and have a conversation about what I was feeling and how I was reacting to this and why, allowed us to get it all done. It was a very emotional 24 hours for me. And still on Sunday, I could feel it in my body, an anxiousness of having released it. But the language was there that she reminded me, and this is why we need coaches and supporters, right? Because she reminded me, Luann, you're releasing that which no longer serves you. Releasing and letting go of that which no longer serves you to open up space for new opportunities and new clients and new information to come in that will serve me where I'm at in life today versus holding on to things that served me many years ago. So that's one of the key tips for today. Let's try tip number 2. Tip number 1 is when you're feeling that uncomfortableness and you are anxious and upset about whatever's going on, that you check in deeply. Why am I feeling that way? What is it about this situation? You know, frankly, I'm missing my husband. And emotionally, I was feeling that throughout the weekend as well. And that didn't help, you know. Change. It's change. So go into the feeling, understand where it's really originating from, and is it serving you? And is it a valid truth, right? So that's tip number 1. When you notice you're feeling uncomfortable, go into the feeling and notice what it's really all about and talk yourself through it. Potentially reframe it like I am releasing it and letting go of it, right? And then tip number 2 is just that. We need to release and let go of that which no longer serves us and opening up opportunities for new things to come in. And that can be tough to say, I'm done with this particular item, to let it go and open up. You know I have an attachment to clothing in that way too, which is the next step, to go through all the clothing and get rid of some of that as well. Probably after the holidays, though. Anyway, so get rid of the old to make room for the new. Release things that no longer serve you in order to open for space for new opportunities to come in. And so the other thing, just a second, that came up and is a reminder from my dear sweet coach, Tanya, that I want to share with you is that you need to be uncomfortable. When there is change happening, there will be an uncomfortable feeling. And so actually what she says is you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's really where I stepped into on Sunday, is going, I feel still uncomfortable about what we just did and all that we threw away. But instead of dwelling in that uncomfortableness, I chose to focus on another positive activity of my passions and to take a little break from all work for the day. And I went and took care of my mother and went to church with her, and that was very peaceful and fulfilling. And then we went and spent the afternoon with my brother, visiting my brother in his home and having good conversations with him. And that was a majority of the day. And then I came home and I lit a fire in the fireplace, and I gradually and easily, with patience, put out more of my Christmas decorations. I always enjoy. And, that's another thing that was emotionally going on, is that normally all of that is done by this time of the season. I would say it's done typically by the end of November. But with my travels to Arizona, it has yet to be completed. And so as we were cleaning, I really was wanting to go decorate, which was much more fun than cleaning. But first things first, right? First things first. So I was fully diving into and understanding those. And then I took the step to go ahead and accept that I was feeling uncomfortable and shift into things that I enjoyed doing to allow me to move through it with ease and grace. This allows us to move things with ease and grace. Where in other situations we might lash out at others. I know if my husband had been here cleaning with me, that's probably the situation, would have digressed into that versus the loving, supportive coaching method that Beverly used. So I'd like to highlight that about we all need coaches from time to time. And Beverly is my friend and my coach. All my coaches have become my friends. It really, truly is how it works. If you really have loving, supportive coaches who are interested in your best interest and really helping you from the heart, they're going to become your friends. I've hired other people as coaches that were harsh and mean and deadline based, and I fired most of them. That process never worked for me. So if that process fails to work for you, of that hard-lined methodology of coaching, then look to someone else. Look for a heart-centered coach. And of course, I would love to do that for you. I'll take this moment to remind people as well that I'm only taking a few more clients before the end of the year, really down to 3 that I can squeeze in yet before the end of the year, to engage and invest in a year-long coaching program with me that's going to start by getting you through the passion test for business process or your personal passions, to establishing a vision for what you want to create in 2017, how you want to shift and change. I'm going to help you figure that out. You may just be going, I don't like where I'm at. I don't like what I accomplished or didn't accomplish in 2015. I am not where I wanted to be at this moment in time. And that's what I want to help you build the strategies for 2017 so that we can hit the ground running in January. A lot of people are procrastinating right now and going, oh, Luann, call me back in January. I want to do the process, but I want to do it in January. Well, I might not have room for them in January, for one thing, if I fill all these positions here in December. And that is my mission, to get those, a total of 5, and I'm looking for 3 more right now. And prices are going up in 2017 because I'm seeing how much time and energy it's investing in others to coach them for a whole year. So a couple of positives, right? You can get your plan in place and ready to go for 2017, so you're ready to hit the ground running. And I'll be by your side all of 2017 to lovingly support you into achieving exactly what we designed for you and what you want for you. As my dear friend Janet Atwood would say, I want for you what you want for you, and I'm going to support you in achieving that. If you invest that money now, it's tax write-off towards your business here in 2016. If you invest it now, if you need more tax write-offs, now's the time to do it as well. And based on availability, that I can be supporting you for 2017 and schedule getting full. So I hope you'll consider that. So the other thing, one more third step. We're going to always do things in 3. It's my feng shui number, so I'm going to give you everything in 3. So the third thing that I would like you, tip I would like you to take away is that when you are feeling uncomfortable, and remember, uncomfortable means that change is happening for you. And so be grateful for that change that is happening for you. And if you need to step out, maintain that centeredness, what do? Go into meditation, go into prayer, go in to walk in the woods, whatever that tool is for you that helps you get back to centeredness and calm feeling. It wasn't until this afternoon that I really fully stepped back into that. I had about a 2-hour ritual session this morning, as I've talked about before, to help me recenter. Then I had some great client appointments, which always inspires me as I see that I am inspiring them. And then I started to feel back to my positive self again without that underlying discomfort being there. Now, so Tanya would tell you that you can only last in that discomfort for about 2.5 minutes. It lasts a little bit longer than that for me, but I would say I came in and out of it throughout the weekend. So it's about my mind dropping into that discomfort, and then myself emotionally snapping me back out by doing something I enjoy, right? Or doing a meditation or something. So third tip, figure out what those tools are for you that you can get out of the discomfort and back into centered, and use the tools. All too often, we procrastinate using the tools. People say, I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to pray. No, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And that is the priority. That is the priority. If you want the universe to help you, you'll have to give the universe, God, whatever you call it, your time and attention, and be in gratitude for all that they have provided for you to this point and all that they are bringing to you. Right? So I am so grateful that I have clients flowing in this December. That's going to fill my calendar for 2017. And I look forward to serving all of you with loving support. Remember, you can come on any Monday night and engage with me for free as well to help you get in touch with your center and to have an inspirational week. So I'm trying to help people start their Mondays off in a positive way that will carry them through the week. So feel free to join me any Monday night for Motivational Mondays. I know the time has been jumping around a little bit for now, so watch for the emails that come out. If you're not on my email list, shoot me an email, subject line Motivational Monday, and say, Luann, add me to your email list, or message me on Facebook. Please add me to your Motivational Monday email list. Or, you know what, I need to start a Facebook group on that, huh? Great idea. I think I'll do that. So, we're going to wrap it up for today, though, and remind you, right? Number one, notice when you're in that uncomfortable state. Know that uncomfortableness is meaning that there is change, and use the tools to shift out of it as quickly as you can, okay? And be grateful for all that you have. So grateful you listened to my Motivational Monday calls, and I really hope you'll join me live one night. Thanks again. Have a fabulous, fabulous week, and I look forward to speaking with you next Monday. Much love.